We've all been there. The main shopping is done, the trolley is full, and you're inching forward in the checkout line. Your eyes drift, perhaps a little tired from navigating the aisles. Then, it catches your attention, a brightly packaged item, perfectly positioned. A small chocolate bar, a shiny magazine, or a clever little gadget. Suddenly, a mundane wait transforms into a quiet internal debate. Do I need this? No, not really. But, it's only $1 or $2. What's the harm? This scenario isn't unique to any one person or store. From corner shops to giant supermarkets, the checkout area is a meticulously designed landscape of temptation. These items are called impulse buys for a reason. They're not on your shopping list, not a necessity, but rather a spur-of-the-moment decision fueled by desire or convenience. We grab them almost without thinking, often while distracted, or simply because they're there. But what's the true cost, beyond the price tag, of these seemingly insignificant purchases? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this retail phenomenon. We'll explore why these items are placed where they are, the psychological triggers they exploit, and whether any of them genuinely offer value beyond a fleeting moment of gratification. Is that candy bar worth the sugar rush? Is that magazine worth the few minutes of distraction? We're not just talking about the monetary cost, but the broader concept of worth. Get ready to look at your next checkout decision in a whole new light. First, let's be clear about what an impulse buy is. It's an unplanned purchase, often triggered by visual cues, emotions, or a sudden urge. It's the gum you didn't know you needed until you saw it, the lip balm that looks appealing, or the mini hand sanitizer bottle. These items typically share key characteristics: they're low cost, small, and offer immediate gratification. They prey on our vulnerability, our boredom, or our desire for a quick treat after the arduous task of a big shop. The placement of these items isn't accidental, it's a science. Retailers carefully curate their checkout displays to maximize sales. These are high-traffic zones where customers are momentarily captive. Tired shoppers, bored children, or those simply waiting for their turn become prime targets. Products are placed at eye level, within easy reach, and often near items that might naturally pair with them, like batteries next to electronics. It's a psychological ambush, designed to bypass rational thought. One of the biggest psychological triggers is the treat mentality. After a long shopping trip, many feel they deserve a small reward. The brain seeks a dopamine hit, and a sugary snack or a shiny new gadget offers just that. It's a mini celebration, a small pat on the back for completing a chore. This emotional state bypasses logical reasoning, making us more susceptible to buying things we wouldn't otherwise consider, simply because it feels good in that moment. The low price point is another key factor. $1 here, $2 there, it feels insignificant. It doesn't trigger the same financial caution as a larger purchase. Our brains are wired to dismiss small amounts, making it easy to rationalize. It's only X amount, we tell ourselves. But this is precisely where the misunderstanding begins. While individually small, these purchases have a cumulative effect that can be surprisingly substantial over time. And that's where the question of worth truly comes into play. Consider the state of mind when you're in the checkout line. You've just made dozens of decisions throughout the store, comparing prices, checking ingredients, and managing your list. This decision fatigue leaves you mentally drained. Your willpower is diminished, making you more susceptible to quick, easy choices. Retailers understand this cognitive load perfectly, positioning appealing, simple purchases right when your guard is lowest. It's not about your lack of self-control, it's about clever design. The packaging of impulse items is also a critical factor. They are often brightly colored, with catchy slogans or images designed to grab attention instantly. Think of a chocolate bar with a bold, inviting wrapper, or a magazine cover promising immediate entertainment. This visual appeal triggers an emotional response before rational thought can intervene. It speaks to our desires for novelty, comfort, or quick escape, making the item seem irresistible in that moment. Now, let's talk about the real worth. most people only consider the direct monetary cost. But the true cost of impulse buys extends far beyond the few dollars spent. Imagine buying a $2 candy bar every time you shop, 2 or 3 times a week. That's $4 to $6 weekly. Over a year, that's $200 to $300. This seemingly small habit can silently erode your budget, preventing you from saving for larger goals or investing in things that truly matter. It's money that simply vanishes. Beyond the direct expense, there's the concept of opportunity cost. What else could that $200 to $300 a year buy? Perhaps a weekend getaway, a new pair of quality shoes, a subscription to an educational service, or a significant contribution to your savings. Every dollar spent on an impulse item is a dollar not spent on something potentially more valuable, meaningful, or lasting. It's a trade-off we rarely acknowledge in the moment, but one that impacts our long-term financial well-being. For those trying to stick to a budget, impulse buys are silent killers. They often don't get accounted for because they're small. But consistent small deviations accumulate, throwing carefully planned finances off track. You might find yourself at the end of the month wondering where all your money went, unaware that these seemingly trivial purchases were collectively responsible. It chips away at your financial goals, one sugary snack or cheap gadget at a time. So, when is an impulse buy actually worth it? The answer lies in distinguishing between instant gratification and lasting value. Most checkout impulse buys offer a momentary thrill, a quick fix. That candy bar is gone in minutes, the magazine read in an hour, the cheap toy broken by evening. The worth is fleeting. True worth, in a broader sense, often comes from things that provide long-term utility, joy, or personal growth. It's a fundamental misunderstanding to equate a momentary desire with genuine value. However, there can be exceptions where an impulse buy might offer legitimate, albeit small, value. Take the example of a reusable shopping bag. If you forgot yours and need one, buying a new one at checkout might prevent you from accumulating single-use plastic bags, offering a small environmental benefit and convenience. Or a bottle of water on a scorching day if you're parched. Here, the worth is tied to immediate utility or alignment with your values, rather than just a whim. Another scenario for worth involves conscious indulgence. If you've planned a small treat for yourself, perhaps a specific chocolate bar you genuinely enjoy and rarely buy, and it fits within a predetermined fun money budget, then it's no longer a true impulse buy. It's a mindful choice. The worth here comes from the pleasure of a planned indulgence, rather than succumbing to an unplanned temptation. The key distinction is intentionality. Beyond financial and personal worth, there's an often overlooked environmental cost. Many impulse items are individually wrapped, made of non-recyclable materials, or have a short shelf life. Every small purchase contributes to demand, production, and waste. That tiny plastic toy or sugary snack wrapper adds to landfills. While seemingly insignificant on its own, the collective impact of billions of these small, unnecessary purchases is substantial. Is that fleeting moment of joy worth contributing to environmental strain? From the manufacturer's perspective, impulse items are highly profitable. They often have high profit margins due to low production costs and high turnover. Companies specifically design and market these products for immediate, thoughtless purchase. They rely on the sheer volume of sales, knowing that even if each individual item is cheap, the collective sales contribute significantly to their bottom line. It's a cornerstone of their sales strategy, maximizing every square inch of retail space. Retailers even track impulse buy data meticulously. They know exactly which items perform best at which checkouts, at what times of day, and alongside which major purchases. This data allows them to continuously refine their strategies, making their checkout displays even more effective at triggering those unplanned purchases. It's a sophisticated system, far from random, designed to extract every possible dollar from your wallet during those final moments in the store. A common misunderstanding is confusing want with need. When we're tired or distracted, a fleeting desire for a sugary snack can feel like an urgent need.
Our brain convinces us that we absolutely must have that item right now. But a quick mental check often reveals the truth: it's rarely a true necessity.
Learning to pause and differentiate between a momentary craving and an actual requirement is a crucial step in gaining control over impulse spending.
Another trap is the small change mentality.
We often dismiss these purchases because they use up the loose change in our pockets or feel like such a minor hit to our credit card.
But these small, repetitive drains accumulate silently. Imagine a bucket with a tiny leak.
Individually, each drop is insignificant, but over time, the bucket empties.
Our finances work similarly. Those small changes, consistently spent, prevent larger sums from accumulating for our goals.
Beyond the financial and environmental, there are often health implications. Many checkout impulse buys are highly processed snacks, high in sugar, unhealthy fats, and artificial ingredients. While a single chocolate bar might not be a huge deal, a consistent habit of these treats contributes to unhealthy eating patterns, potential weight gain, and long-term health issues. When considering worth, the impact on your physical well-being should certainly be a factor.
Impulse buys aren't limited to physical checkouts. Online retailers have mastered the art of digital impulse.
Customers also bought, add this to your order, or frequently bought together suggestions populate our screens. With one click, these items are added to our cart, often before we've had time to truly consider if we need them. The convenience of online shopping makes it even easier to fall victim to these digital temptations, blurring the line between planned and spontaneous. So, how can we navigate this carefully constructed landscape of temptation and avoid purchases that aren't truly worth it? The first step is awareness. Simply understanding the psychology behind these displays can arm you with the mental tools to resist. Recognizing that you're being targeted, rather than just having a sudden craving, is incredibly empowering. It shifts the dynamic from passive consumer to active decision maker. Always shop with a list and stick to it. This simple habit is one of the most effective deterrents against impulse buys. When you have a clear plan, you're less likely to be swayed by unlisted items. Make it a rule: if it's not on the list, it doesn't go in the cart. This pre-commitment helps you bypass the decision fatigue and emotional vulnerability of the checkout line. It keeps your focus on necessity, not fleeting desire. Before placing any unplanned item in your cart, institute a 10-second rule. Pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself 3 questions. Do I truly need this? Is it on my list? And, is this genuinely worth its monetary, health, and environmental cost, or is it just a fleeting desire? This brief pause can be enough to engage your rational brain and override the impulse, giving you back control of your decision-making. If possible, choose self-checkout lanes or express lanes, especially if you're not buying many items. These often have fewer enticing displays, and the process is quicker, minimizing your exposure to temptation. If you must use a traditional lane, try to keep your eyes focused on your groceries or engage in a distraction like checking your phone, responsibly, of course, rather than letting your gaze wander to the impulse items. Consider paying with cash or using a prepaid debit card with a set amount. This creates a physical barrier to overspending. When you literally see your money dwindling, it makes purchases feel more real and immediate. Using a credit card, especially for small impulse buys, can feel abstract and pain-free, making it easier to justify. Cash forces you to acknowledge the exact cost of each item. It's okay to say no to your children, or even to yourself, in the checkout line. Explaining to a child why a particular toy isn't being bought can be a valuable lesson in financial literacy and delayed gratification. For adults, practicing self-discipline in these small moments builds mental strength that can translate to larger financial decisions. Each no is a victory, reinforcing your conscious control over your spending habits. So, is an impulse buy at the checkout actually worth it? Our journey reveals that the answer is almost always a resounding no, when viewed through a lens of true worth. The vast majority offer fleeting satisfaction, deplete your budget stealthily, often have negative health impacts, and contribute to environmental waste. Their worth is expertly manufactured by retailers, not inherent in the product itself. They serve the store's bottom line, not your well-being. The few exceptions exist when an item serves a genuine, immediate utility, like a necessary reusable bag, or is a truly conscious, budgeted indulgence. But even then, the intention and impact must be carefully considered. It's about shifting from automatic reactions to deliberate choices. From being a target of clever marketing to becoming a master of your own financial decisions. The cumulative effect of consistently saying no to those small, tempting items at the checkout can be truly transformative for your finances. Imagine that $200 to $300 a year, instead going into an emergency fund, a travel fund, or being invested. This isn't just about saving money, it's about reclaiming your financial autonomy and redirecting your hard-earned cash towards goals that truly align with your values and long-term happiness. Those small decisions add up to big impacts. The checkout line is more than just a place to pay. It's a daily test of willpower, awareness, and financial discipline. Every time you stand there, you have an opportunity to make a conscious choice. Do you succumb to the meticulously placed temptations, or do you stand firm, armed with the knowledge of their true cost and lack of genuine worth? The power is entirely in your hands. This discussion extends beyond just money. It's about mindful consumption, understanding influence, and making choices that genuinely serve your best interests, be it financial, physical, or environmental. By becoming more aware of the checkout trap, you're not just saving a few dollars, you're cultivating a more intentional approach to how you spend your time, energy, and resources in all areas of your life. The next time you find yourself in a checkout line, remember what you've learned today. Observe the displays, recognize the tactics, and engage your rational mind. Ask yourself if that item truly adds value to your life, or if it's merely a fleeting desire expertly placed to capture your attention and your cash. Make an informed decision, one that reflects your true priorities and empowers your financial future. Ultimately, the true worth of a purchase is not dictated by its low price or the momentary feeling it provides, but by its alignment with your long-term goals, your health, your values, and your financial well-being. By understanding this, you can turn a moment of potential weakness into an opportunity for strength, ensuring that every dollar you spend truly contributes to a richer, more intentional life. Choose wisely.